not to get on a soapbox about fashion, but over the last 20 years, all fashion is fast fashion. Anything that's not made in the United States or that's not made in small ateliers or anything that's made in more than 1,000 unit runs is probably being overproduced. It's overproduced overseas. And I think a big part of the inspiration behind Upkept for me is having spent 9 years really, really deeply thinking about what could make the fashion industry less problematic. And sort of coming up with the realization that the manufacturing of apparel has so many different places for change and so many different places for improvement, that to sidestep that entirely and actually try to provide post-purchase support was the best path, I thought, to make an actual difference. And it allows anyone who owns clothing to have an alternative to having to replace their clothes for minor issues. So it's definitely about trying to intersect the industry in a way that is just positive change. It's like just an additive and positive change. And I'm not trying, I definitely am not trying to be a bummer. I think what it comes down to is just, I am very much a person who, I am not immune to the dopamine boost you get when you buy a new garment. I also love a new thing. I think the trick is, how much am I spending on the new thing and how often am I getting the new thing? And then what's happening to the things that are already in my closet? Now, I honestly am not a big shopper. Unsurprisingly, I think, based on the company that I have founded. But it's definitely not about never buying anything new. But I think that if you're thinking about keeping things in the closet longer, repairing them to keep them in use several seasons in a row, then you're actually opening up your purchasing budget for much more special items, right? If you're not replacing the same blazer every year because the lining is torn or a button has fallen off, save that money, put a third of it onto the repair, and then go buy yourself a fabulous gown with the money that you've saved from not buying all of these new things. I think it's just, I don't know. I mean, I hate to be very optimistic, but I am. But I truly do think that easily accessible repair sort of changes the entire way we think about interacting with our closets. And I think that the apparel industry in the United States is so broken, rethinking how we interact with our closets is a great idea.